Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land under the fray, and the home of the brave? Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight here in the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. This land of the brave, the US of A. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the
Flag is in the air here at New Hampshire. Once this race continues, things can change in an instant at day 7. Thomas Jowers Jr. did get his lap back. There he goes, celebrating tonight at day Welcome everybody to Charlotte Motor Speedway, the Go Fast Racing League Lazy Days Grand National Series, live from Charlotte. This is the final race for the top 12 that is in the points. Cut down to 8 after tonight. Who's going to make the next round? Well, this race will be told here very shortly, and we will see who makes the round of 8. Coming into tonight, the guys right now that is on the bubble, pretty close. We already know for sure that Cody Blackmore is out. One of the biggest, I don't want to say surprises, but it is a surprise, I guess we could say. Todd Cray right on the cut line as well with Jeff Lupker and James Finn. Another guy on the cut line is Jeff Smith. Right now he has 5 points to the good. Brandon Puffenberger sits 17 points to the good. Well, actually he's only, Jeff Smith is 5 points to the good. And Brandon Puffenberger is about 7 points to the good. 8 points to the good. So, we're going to keep an eye on Lupker and Jeff Smith, James Finn. Jeff Lupker is the main guys that we will be focused on tonight for the most part, because that is the guys trying to make it to the next round. However, right now, another guy we're really watching, Todd Cray, sits second right now in practice. We got about 3 minutes or so left in practice before we get this race kicked off. So just to give everybody a breakdown of where everybody's running, that is in the chase. Brandon Puffenberger, who sits in 7th in points right now, sits 5th. James Finn sits in 6th. Dylan Bose in 7th. Lee Grady is in 8th. Eric Borelli sits in 10th spot. Jeff Smith 11th. Aaron Fowler, Skylar Allen in 12th and 11th. Of course, Aaron Fowler I don't think is in here. I'm making sure Aaron Fowler is not. So it should be good. It's going to be interesting to see how everybody lines up. What I want to do real fast is pause, get a quick commercial break because my dogs are barking. I got to take care of that, so we'll be right back to get this race started. Guys, let me know if that fixes it, please. Trying to figure out if it works. But qualifying, I'm getting it away. As first car rolling out onto the track is Michael Trevarthian. Alright, so it's good now. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I switched mocks again. Trevarthian coming out in the number 31. Miller Lite Ford Mustang. As he crosses the start finish line, he will get his green flag lap started and qualifying gets underway. He will be our first one out on track tonight in the number 31. Coming through turns 3 and 4. One thing about this track, it's different. We're running it in the daytime, unlike the night. The wind speed well above 10 miles an hour. It is 10.5, well, 10.5 miles per hour. 84-degree air temp, track temp right at 95 degrees. And this is going to make it hot and slick, and I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. Michael Trevarthian currently right now on the pole with a 28.201. Jumping back to Eric Borelli in the number 14. He's running a breast cancer awareness paint. Some paints are not working, guys. I'm not sure why. We're having trouble with, for some odd reason, Dylan Vose. And it's kind of weird because I painted a paint for him and it's not showing up for me. And Todd Cray, we always have trouble with his as well. But hopefully we'll get it fixed during the broadcast. I'm talking to somebody now, hopefully to fix it. So anyway, here comes Eric Borelli through turns 1 and 2. I'm going to exit turn 2 down the backstretch. You can see top speeds well above 190 miles an hour going into turn number 3, 194 miles per hour in that number 14 Chevrolet. Lazy Days Racing on the back of the trunk. Of course, that is the series sponsor for this racing league. I agree. I think the hot and slick makes a great race. There's not a lot of grip. You got to search around for the grip. I look for it to be to be honest, I think it's got potential to be one of the best races of the season. I love Charlotte in the daytime. I think it really shows the efforts of drivers right now. Brandon Puffenberger sitting on top of the board with the pole. That is a huge pole for him. He comes in here 7th out of the round. This is the first round of 12 for the playoffs. This is the final race before the cutoff. And right now he's sitting on top. Lee Grantney jumps up to the top of the board with a 27.955. Lee has been on it for the last 2 weeks. He's about to break through, and I don't know what's gotten into him lately, but he's felt the gas pedal, and he's been on the move, and you can see a couple other guys. Eric Mitch still sitting out there on track. Here's the number 74, James Pandolf. You can watch him every Tuesday night, Dynasty Racing League. Running the number 74, Camaro tonight, City on the front of that car, and looks like he's going to be sitting at 11th at the moment. Aaron Fowler done qualified. He's currently in the 5th spot. John Morris out on track, and it looks like he's actually slowing down, so he may not be completing. He has already completed his laps. He's 13th at the moment. Pat Russia slowly coming down, and I love that Budweiser paint. That's really cool. So we're waiting on 3 drivers, Pat Russia, Eric Mitch, Carlton Sanders, to get their laps in, or I guess you say, hey, George, how are you doing, buddy? And you can see Pat going to cross in 15th place. Carlton now going to qualify. I believe he actually will get a black flag, I believe, at the start of this race. He did not get his mandatory 20 laps in. So I think he will get a black flag anyway. Just seeing who's all out there right now. As I mentioned, guys, coming in, I know y'all couldn't really hear me because my mic was all jacked up. This is the round of 12. 12 drivers, 8 drivers looking to advance, and there's a fine line between who's going to advance and who's not. We know for a fact that Cody Blackmore will not advance. He did not complete enough races. He's not here again tonight. So their cut line is right now between 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. Todd Craig, who's 2nd right now, or I'll take that back. He is actually 3rd right now, I believe. Yes, he is 3rd. Sits at 11th in points. And
he's in a must-win situation. He has to get the win in order to advance. Jeff Lepker, a little bit more lenient right now. He's about 10 points behind. I don't want to actually even say that. Actually, he's a little bit late. Yeah, about 10 points behind 8th place. Jeff Smith, James Finn, 8th and 9th in points. James Finn is 5 points behind Jeff Smith for the time being. That could change as this goes on. So we're really focused on a core group of guys between Brandon Puffenberger, Jeff Smith, James Finn, Jeff Lepker, and Todd Cray. This is in order to advance next week into the round of 8. Of course, this is the next week, should I say, we have an off week, then we go to Kansas. So this is to see who makes it on to Kansas on October the... Wow, do we have 2 off weeks? No. Okay, I was looking at it wrong. October 21st. So we're looking to see who makes it. It does look like that your pole sitter tonight will be Lee Grandy. We're going to talk to him right now as we pull in the driver of the 29. Hey, Lee, you got me?
Yep, Denver.
Hey, man, you've been on it quite a bit these past couple weeks. I believe it's maybe your first pole of the season. What's it going to take for you to be able to stay up front? I mean, you felt some momentum as of recently anyway.
I think you got to be consistent, man. Consistency, finishing race. Just wait for the track to come to you sometimes.
Let me ask you this. Right now, you're coming in here. You're pretty well set to make it to the next round. Is it still to go out here and try to get a win, or is it to go out here and try to make sure you solidify that spot into the next round?
Obviously, a win is a thing, so even if I have a spot into the next round, I'm still going to try my best every single week to try to win something.
You've been close the last 2 weeks that we've raced, man. Go out there and see if you could get it done tonight. I'm actually very impressed with how you've been racing, so good luck, buddy, and I'll be up here watching.
You too. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. I'd really like to see Lee make the Final Four. And right now, I'm gonna be honest, he's the hottest driver in the series right now, and that's a surprise to a lot of people, I think. So I really like the idea that we're seeing different people rise to the occasion when it matters, and I really do respect that. And you got to give it up for the 29. He has been driving hard every week, and he's got a chance tonight to try to pull off his second win of the season. So we'll see if it's possible or not as we get ready to take the green flag here for the Charlotte 225. This race is 150 laps. Pace car ducks in. We are green flag here at Charlotte Motor Speedway as Lee Grandy and the 6th of Dylan Vose, and Brady Briggs, I apologize about that, goes down into turn 1. Todd Cray able to take away second spot. Now remember, Todd has to get a win in order to advance to the next round. Car's working out of turn number 2. Lee right now solid in front, about a car length out in front of the 21 car of Todd Cray. You can also see here comes the 31, Michael Trevarthian, looking to the inside. Trevarthian, fastest in practice. How about Jeff Smith right now? He's up in 5th place. He didn't qualify or practice very well, but he put it down a good qualifying effort, and it's paying off here. He's going to have a good run in order to stay out in front of James Finn, who's back in 7th right now. Here comes a pass for second. It is Brady Briggs looking underneath the 21 of Todd Cray. Hot, slick track. Could play a factor to some of these cars on the long run to help get the car to rotate. '21 slides up a little high there. And I do expect multiple grooves. I know right now we're going to see a lot of... Whoa! 21 got squeezed just a little bit there. Had to check out. Almost got into the wall. But no harm, no foul, as he will give up second place. But I do expect a lot of stuff to, transpire over this race. Possible of the lines moving up, moving down. We don't really know what's going to happen with the hotter track temp. I know guys have been practicing. I'm sure they got an idea of what to expect. But with as much shade, there's a little bit more shade, especially entering turn 1. You may see guys actually stay up higher as the run goes on. and that could transpire, especially over to the longer runs. And if we have longer runs, these guys have been putting on really good races the last few weeks. As we see the number 4 car of Aaron Fowler putting a pass on Pat Russia, he will now set his sights on the number 96, who gets into the wall, and Skylar Allen in trouble here early. He's running the breast cancer awareness paint scheme this week, and that's not good for Skylar, but he does have a buffer in points. Now, he does come in here 4th in points. I want to be honest, that damage may hurt him, but I don't think it's going to be enough to knock him out, to be completely honest, even if he does have a bad race. Jump back a little bit. James Finn working on the number 14, Eric Borelli, and the 61 of Jeff Smith. James Finn has to have a good run tonight. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't realize the cars was not really... Like, I was way behind with all the stuff I've been doing lately, and sorry. My apologies. James Finn. Still being worked on right now. Or trying to work on Eric Borelli. As I mentioned, James has to have a good run. And Eric's actually putting a lot of pressure on the 61 of Jeff Smith, but he's going to slide up. Here comes that 60 car. At 14 gets loose. Eric Borelli sliding through the grass. He's going to keep it from going to pit road. That was a great, great save from that 14 car. You can see it here. Almost gets on the pit road. And that would have been bad, as he would have had a pass-through penalty. Actually, a stop and go, I believe, or a 15-second hold. So good job there by Eric Borelli. He does fall back to 16th, however, but better than having to worry about to come back down. Let's just be honest. It's way better than having to come back down. So, James Finn sets his sight on one of the guys that he has to pass. And here he goes. Underneath Jeff Smith for 5th place. Move James Finn up to the 5th position. And that will help him quite a bit in the points. Now remember, he's still got to finish at least, and I'm saying this, at least 5 spots ahead of Jeff Smith in order to make that happen. So Jeff right now is safe. No matter what happens, Jeff right now is safe. Because he has a 5-point buffer. So each position is a point. So right now, it would be James Finn would have to get up first, let's be honest. He would have to get up first, or Jeff Smith would have to fall back. So right now, James Finn did pass Jeff Smith, which was a huge pass and could help him come here by the end of the race. You can see the battle for second heating up once again. Michael Trevarthian looks onto this as well. Here comes Todd Cray underneath Brady Briggs, trying to put the pass on. Looks like he will complete the pass, entering turn number 3 and 4. Bringing along that 31 Ford Mustang with him as well. Trevarthian, also the winner of last week's race. And which is kind of surprising, because the 2 races so far of the chase, Kentucky and Dover, have yet to see a chase winner. Go figure. I'm sorry, Dover and Kentucky has yet to see a chase winner. So we're trying to see one here tonight. But right now, it is Lee Grandy, who is a chaser, by the way. James Pandoff looking underneath the 19 of Dylan Vose, trying to put the pass on the 19. And of course, sorry, you can't see his paint. And he is running a breast cancer awareness paint. For some reason, they won't show it. And I'm the one that made it, so go figure. Eric Borelli did get around Aaron Fowler. Now he's going to set his sights on Eric Minch after that spin. Well, half a spin. Looking underneath the 00 going into turn 1. It looks like he will get that spot. 00 of Eric just going to let him go. Eric's a very patient driver, and he's got plenty of patience when it comes to races. And that's one reason why he's been so good this year. Back up, James Finn working on Brady Briggs. James Finn right now with the nose underneath. Across the start-finish line side by side. Going into turn 1. The 6 trying to use the high line. And looks like the 60 of James Finn will take away the 4th position. James Finn really driving well tonight. As, oh, here comes a crossover move. Trying to go back underneath. Brady Briggs. Not going to happen as James Finn will use the high line momentum. And will clear the 6 car pretty much with ease this time. Back up towards the front, we got second place battle starting to heat up a little bit. Trevarthian looking, trying to get around Todd Curry. Todd is in a must-win situation. So we'll see. As right now, the guys that have to win or have to have a good run right now in the top 5, Todd Curry and James Finn is the ones I'm speaking about. Riding on board with Michael Trevarthian in the number 31, last week's winner. Up front with our leader. He's got about a half a lap lead right now over the 14 of Eric Borelli. We spoke about him a few moments ago. You can see him right in front of the 18. Right there is Eric Borelli. So he's got about half a track lead from what I'm seeing on the track map. Over these guys are going in now into turn 1. Lee Grady is going into turn number 3. So right now the 29 car making really good pace. He's out by 1.8 seconds here as we're 20 laps in this 150 lap race. We'll take a break and we'll come right back right after a message from our commercial sponsor things. Yeah. Welcome back. Trevarthian gets around Todd Cray, moves into second. Jeff Smith working on Brady Briggs as caution flag comes out. This will be our first caution of the night. Looks like Skylar Allen may have had trouble. And let's see if we can see what happened. No, he did not. Let's see what happened. Oh, the 18 went around. Carlton Sanders gets loose on turn number 4. Does pretty much the same thing Eric Borelli does. Goes through the grass, slides back up, and right there was brought out the caution as cars was coming. And that was a good call for a caution, I do believe. So, caution number 1 is out. As you can see, cars get ready to come down pit road here in just one moment. There they come. Everybody should hit pit road this time to get fresh tires. As there they go. Jeff Smith staying out to lead a lap. That is one extra bonus point for the driver of the 61. That means it is 6-point difference now between him and James Finn. Smart move by Jeff staying out there. He's going to give up a top 5 spot though, but I do like the call. I'm on. kinds of trouble. You know, guys, my microphones broke randomly when I was sitting there talking. So I think we're good. I do apologize once again for that, as we are back to green flag racing here at Charlotte Motor Speedway for chase race number 3 of round 1. Battle is up front for the lead. And it is a good one. We got a battle for 5, make it 6 cars now pulling in. Todd Cray, Michael Trevarthy, Lee Grady, Brady Briggs, James Penn. Remember, Todd Cray needs a win. And we got a wreck. As it is a big wreck. The 26, double zero involved. Who else? Man, there is a ton of cars involved in this one. The 43 slides in. Jeff Smith makes it through. Brady Briggs is pretty much done. Dylan Bowes is in it. Eric Minch. James Pandolph is in it. The 43 is in it. I'm trying to see who else is all in this. Just give me just a second as we try to dissect this wreck that just happened. And it was a huge one. Was James Finn in that? I think he was. Oh man, James Finn, who needed a good run tonight, unfortunately got some damage. Going to be spending some time on pit road. That was probably the biggest wreck we've had in all the chase, as it took out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Was Brandon Berger in it? 7 cars total involved in that wreck. Holy crap. Wow. So we got guys coming down pit road. You see them there. And that was probably one of the biggest wrecks that we have had in all this chase so far this year. That is absolutely insane. So the race off pit road. And you got to kind of feel for James Finn, man. He had a heck of a car. Let's go back one more time and see if we can see exactly what happened. Looking for James Finn. There we go. So the 6 gets loose. And there it was. That's the damage that came on the 60 car. And Eric Borelli also involved in this one. Had nowhere to go. He's going to have some damage fixed. The 9 as well. Pat Rush is going to have some damage to fix. And man, that was a big one. Jeff Lupker, a little bit of damage on his car as well. Well, as much as I hate to put it this way, one man's gain could be another person's gain as well, or one person's loss could be another person's gain. With that caution, Skylar Allen's going to get the wave around. And at the moment, Jeff Smith don't have too much to worry about with James Finn. Honestly, that's a bad way to put it, but in reality, that is what it is. I mean, it hurts that, you know, that James Finn may not make the chase. It definitely hurts him there, but it helps Jeff Smith at the same time. And with that, you know, you've got to move on. And this may be a bitter pill to swallow, I guess you could say, for the driver of the 60 car. He's had a pretty good season coming in, and not going his way the way he wanted to. He's got 3 top 5s on the season, 10 top 10s on the season for James Finn, and tonight not looking exactly the way he wants to as he gets caught up in a lap 30 wreck. So it is what it is. You've got to move on, but I'm sure he'll be thinking about that one for a while. Also, guys, let me know if the voice and stuff is good now. I had to switch the microphones that I mentioned earlier because mine just randomly stopped working right in the middle of what I was talking. So this one's a different one, and honestly, it ain't much better, but it is till I get my new one in the mail anyway, and hopefully it'll be here soon. But, you know, Alright, here we go. They're doubling back up. We are on lap 34 out of the scheduled 150 behind the Porsche pace car. And up front, Todd Cray, who is in a must-win situation. And honestly, you know, even though he's in a must-win situation, this could actually hurt Jeff Smith if he goes on to win this. Because if Todd Cray jumps up and wins this race, that only means one thing. That means it pushes Jeff Smith out of the top 8. So he don't need Todd Cray to win. Or Brandon Puffenberger, who right now, Brandon Puffenberger is in 8th at this moment. We'll have more information and stuff. We'll update everybody as soon as the race is over, but I'm going off the best of what I can tell you. So up front, the battle for second, it is Michael Trevarthian, Lee Granty. And Lee don't care if Todd wins or not. Lee could really care less. Lee wants to win. Same as Michael. Michael is doing nothing wrong, even though he's not in a chase. He wants to go back to back. You can see Michael now taking over, trying to take over second place from Lee Grandy, and he does take it away. Now here comes Aaron Fowler. Haven't spoken a lot about Aaron. He started in 5th. Now he's looking, actually may go to second here as he's looking underneath the 29 and the 31. 2 Ford Mustangs battling side by side, but the 4 is going to slide up. No, he's not. Going to slide now, slide up in front of the 29 Chevrolet. Here comes Lee back to the inside of the 4 car. As I mentioned, Lee has been really... He's been driving way better as of late than what he did earlier in the season. He has found something this late season that has really helped him. And he has been one of the biggest, I guess you could say, movers of the season, as of right now anyway. He actually came in here back in, I think it was like 9th in points or something. But he has jumped all the way up to 3rd. Actually picked up a spot last week as well. I do see that Skylar Allen is still 1 lap down, by the way, so he's going to need another caution to come out, possibly. Aaron Fowler takes away second spot. Here comes the 29. Also, I see that 9 up there as well, Pat Russia. Fastest last time by, besides our leader, out on track anyway, it was 3rd place, Lee Grandy, with the 28.450 in the 29 car. You can see him right there behind the 4 car. Looking back at Lee, you can see him in the car driving. As they passed a big screen here on the backstretch at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Back down into turn 3. Track temp was a factor coming in tonight. Almost 100 degrees, which is a hot, slick track. I love the fact that they raced this during the night or during the daytime. Of course, the real, I guess you could say, B-class races or B cars are running at night right now, but yeah, I think it's pretty cool if they run it in the daytime. It makes it for a unique race. Definitely different. Right here's a big spot on track. We're watching the 61 of Jeff Smith. Right behind him, Brandon Puffenberger. What makes this spot so big is that it is for not only points wise. Jeff actually did gain one spot. He was 3 spots away from taking away Brandon. Right now, Brandon's leading Jeff by 2 points over the 7th position. And what makes it so big is that if Todd Cray, who's leading right now, goes on and wins this race, Jeff Smith will be knocked out. It looks like if he don't. Now, if Todd don't win the race, then it's something different. But we'll see. Todd's just working on a lap car. 14 Eric Borelli and the 09. Here comes the 4 of Aaron Fowler going to do the same. Lee Grady and the 31 of Trevarthian does it as well. Carlton Sanders going around. He's in 6th place right now. Pat Russia up in 9th place right now. Of course, they're kind of new to running the league. They've been part of the team, I guess, for a while of Lazy Days, but I'm not sure about how long they've been running the league. I haven't caught too many races, not a ton anyway with them in it. Check up on James Finn. His lap times are not too far off from what everybody else is running. Not really. I mean, he's about 4/10 off of Jeff Smith, which is really the spot he really needs. And, you know, a couple other spots he needs as well. He is up to 10th, so we'll keep an eye on him as the night goes on. At the moment, the only really drivers he's in front of, as far as chase goes, is Dylan Vose, who's up in 2nd in points, not going to make a difference there. Eric Mitch, he's up in 5th in points, not going to make a big difference there. So really none right now. Eric Morelli not far up in front of him. Or I'm sorry, Eric Morelli's behind him. Jeff Wupker is a big one. Unfortunately for Jeff Wupker, who we're looking at right now, where he's running at the moment, he's not going to make the chase as well. He's 2 laps down. So he may be one of the drivers that is eliminated, and he's got some damage as well. Sadly for him, his lap time is not really where they need to be. Battle for 3rd. Michael Trevarthian takes away for Lee Grady. This 9 car may have something to say though. Pat Russia really starting to work his way up here. He's riding in 5th right now. Michael Trevarthian is starting to put some pressure on Aaron Fowler. As we work back down into turn number 1. You see Aaron moved up quite a bit. He may just give his spot to the 31. For now anyway. And Trevarthian will take over 2nd place. Here on lap 50. Will that open the door for the 29? 29 does close in just a little bit on the 4 cars there. But actually, last time by, Todd Cray really wasn't as fast as what I thought he was. These guys maybe starting to run him down just a little bit on this longer run. We did see Lee actually start to extend the gap quite a bit on the longer run. As the 9 car now looks underneath Aaron Fowler. That is for 4th place. As Lee Grady does take away 3rd from Aaron. Pat Russia trying to take over 4th spot. Looks like he's going to be able to do that. It's almost close contact there with him in the 4 car, but it looks like Aaron's going to give it way to Pat for now. I do want to mention Brandon Puffenberger did get around to 61 of Jeff Smith. So, At this moment, the way they run, Jeff Smith would be the one on the outside looking in. Coming into the night, Jeff was right on the cut line. You need to make the top 8 right now. Let's see, 16, 17, 19, 20, 22. So wait, 16, 17. Wow, wait a minute. We may have something else happening here. Eric Borelli, if he keeps falling back, he was actually my pick to win the championship. There is a chance that he could get eliminated. Right at this moment, him and Jeff Smith are tied. The tiebreaker would go to Eric Borelli because he's got 2 wins on the season. And with the damage, he's not far from actually being passed by the 09 Wupker. So Wupker could actually help out Jeff Smith, as weird as that sounds. Borelli really needs a caution to get some more damage repaired. He's my pick to win the championship. He's going to have to survive the rest of this race. The gap's closing from our leader to second place. 2/10 faster last time. Was Travarthian over Todd Curry. And 18, it went around, does keep it up against the wall. Let's see what happened here. Aaron Fowler, the 18, made contact. That's 2 Lazy Days teammates. Looks like, let's see what happened. Looks like the 18 may have came up into Aaron there just a little bit. As Eric Borelli is really slow. Not sure what's going on. Does he even have power? I think he's blown up. Let's see what happened. This could be huge for the 14. Oh, he blew it up. Eric Borelli came in here, I believe he actually won the regular season championship. No, I can't remember if he did or not. But 2 wins on the season. At the moment, he's out. Because depending on where Jeff Smith really finishes, he could be out. And Aaron Fowler on pit road. There's the 4-car code of pit road. And he has actually cut his car off and got towed back. He may have blown up as well. So a lot of stuff happened at the moment. And really taking place really fast that we're kind of getting and kind of not. Meanwhile, the lead for the battle for the lead changed. Right now, Todd Cray's the one out. So at the moment, Eric Borelli's to the good. If Todd Cray has a, don't win this race, you better watch out for the 29 as well because he's coming up through there. So we're trying to break all this down as best that I can. I know it's a lot of mathematical stuff that could happen. So I'm going to try to simplify this like this. Todd Cray wins. I'm just going to be honest, Eric Borelli's out. If Jeff Smith falls back quite a few spots, he could be out. Right now, Jeff Smith is in 5th. He's good because he is in 4 spots in front of James Finn. Something's going to have to happen to Jeff, and James is going to have to get into the top 5. That's the best way I can break it down. So as weird as all this is sounding, I mean, it's such a, the chase adds so much more to it. It's not like just, you know, most points you're in, most points, blah, blah, blah. You're going to Homestead and all that. I mean, not everybody's in a Homestead. This is the round of 12. 4 people will be eliminated. And as of right now, the people that is eliminated is where they run. Cody Blackmore, we know is eliminated. Todd Craig, Jeff Walker, James Finn. That is the ones we know right now that's eliminated. But if Todd Craig goes up and wins, it will eliminate either Eric Borelli, Jeff Smith, or Brandon Puffenberger. And at the moment, it would eliminate Eric Borelli. Battle for second. Did he just blow up too? I don't think he did. Jeff Walker off the pace. Don't think that's scheduled. I do know Skylar Allen did hit. That is scheduled, so we should see Michael Schwartz, Todd Craig, and all of them on pit road here within the next 4 or 5 laps. James Finn on pit road. He's actually taking some repairs as well. He may have blown up. Did he blow up? Yeah, James Finn is blown up. That's going to end his chase hopes for now. And it looks like it may end them for good. Man, a lot of chasers took a hit tonight so far. Right now, the only guy that we really have currently locked in is Lee Grandy and Skylar Allen. And possibly, well, I don't really know for sure. That's about the only ones that's really locked in at the moment. So we're waiting on pit stops to happen, and here comes the 9 car, Pat Rusher, coming down pit road. He may have just got caught speeding. Meanwhile, our leader is going into turn 3, and the 9 car just missed his pit box, so he had to back up. Leader exited turn 4. He may be coming to pit road. No, he's going to stay out. So right now, at the moment, Pat Rusher will go 1 lap down. Last time by, Lee Grandy was fastest in the field. Back in second, Jeff Smith, Brandon Puffenberger on pit road. We should be seeing our leaders hit pit road this time, I would guess. Here comes the 31 on pit road. Lee Grandy stays out. Pit road going to be tight to get on today. Watching right now, Travarti just hit his box. Lee Grandy coming in this time. So the lead, John Morris should be on pit road here. Maybe not just, he may come this time. It's going to cycle over to him, I think, or Carlton Sanders, but they should be on pit road. So it actually should cycle over to Michael Travartian. Should cycle over to him. 43 staying out. Carlton Sanders staying out. So for Culture ones to come out really fast, these guys are good. There you see the pass for the lead, the 18 slowing down. Jeff Smith going to get caught up a little bit. No. Well, the 18 wanted to go to pit road, but he could not make it. He's going to go for a ride in the grass and trying to hold it. And and he does hold it there. John Morris makes it, so now we got to keep an eye on this 18. He may not have enough gas to make it around. On board, we're listening to see if he starts to stutter or not. Should be able to make it from here, I believe. Looks like he's going to. So actually, all this is going to cycle through to Todd Craig leading the way, which is actually very impressive. How about that? Lee Grandy actually beats out Michael Trevarthian off pit road. That's surprising. Actually, there was not much of a difference in pit stops. Actually, Trevarthian was just a little bit faster than Lee as well. About 3/10ths he was faster. And then Trevarthian had the fastest pit stop as all. He was 5/10ths faster than Lee and Trevarthian. But we're all waiting to see when Carlton Sanders pits. Should be coming this time. We thought he was going to come a couple laps ago and he missed pit road. And he just crashed into the wall. And no caution comes out. And now he spins back up and caution flies. That was one of the weirdest cautions I've seen, guys. I'm not going to lie. I think he was actually getting loose. Let's ride on board. Did he get some of the apron? Okay, yeah, he just got loose and it went around. So Carlton Sanders brings out the caution, and we'll see who all this worked out for. Todd Craig will take over the lead as we step aside. We'll be right back right after this. back here at Charlotte, about to go back green flag for the Lazy Days Grand National Series presented by Go Fast Racing League. This is the Charlotte 225. Round number 1, chase race number 3. This is the cutoff race for these guys if they try to make it into the next round. And right now it's been a pretty good one as the pace car drops off. It is Todd Crane, Michael Trevarthian, Pat Russia, and Lee Grandy, your top 4. Green flag back out. And Todd Crane is able to clear the 31 car going into turn 1. Battle is going to be for second place. Lee Grandy trying to close in on the driver of the 31. As here comes Lee trying to take a peek to the inside once again. Not going to be able to get there at this time. As he looks on trying to close in on Michael Trevarthian, who already has a win in this round, but Trevarthian not in the chase. Todd Crane has to have a win. It is a must-win situation for the driver of the 21, which is hard to believe I'm even saying that, as good as he's been this season in every series he's ran. The only place I see Todd really struggling is long runs. If we have a caution, it don't really seem like it works out for him. And I'm gonna be honest, we've gotten down to only like 10 cars on the track now. We may not have another caution. This could go green for a while, to be honest, and we're still at least one more pit stop away in order for these guys to make it. And I'm gonna be honest, it's about 40 laps or so before they have to hit. So yeah, we're one stop away from being able to make it on the rest of the way. So we'll see how this plays out for Todd Crane, Trevarthian, Lee Grandy, and Pat Russia, who's looking for his first win as well. Brandon Puffenbarger is in the top 5. Jeff Schmidt, John Morris is up in 7. Skylar Allen, who's up in 8. He is the lucky dog right now if the caution was to come out. So we're waiting to see on what happens. Everybody kind of getting spaced out at the moment. Battle for third still there between Lee Grandy and Pat Russia. Also, guys, I'm sure you all heard the news this week from Go Fast. We posted on our Facebook page, Trackside Racing Network. We are coming back next season for the HomeNet Hosting Cup Series Go Fast Racing League. That will be run on Saturdays. So instead of us having this race, we will not be broadcasting this race. We'll be broadcasting the Cup Series, and the every other Thursday night we'll be broadcasting the Truck Series. Now, one cool thing that we are learning, we're watching a good battle right now for third, so we'll get back to that in a second. Pat Rush trying to go around the outside of the 29, which is a very interesting power move, I would guess. That's something I really didn't think we'd see just yet in the early runs, but he does get around him. Lee does have a little bit of damage as well. But something about that we're going to be doing, we're actually helping Go Fast Racing League with GFR TV, and usually I don't give too many other broadcasters too many shout outs. There's a couple out there that's really good that I like and I enjoy, and we're pretty good friends. But anyway, GFR TV for Go Fast Racing League is coming out, or debuting. It actually made its debut the other night, but they're still working on some bugs and stuff like that with it, get it all sorted out. Heck, I still have them. And so we've been helping them a little bit, and they're going to actually be broadcasting the K&N Series and the Grand National Series. And the cool thing is, I'll actually be racing in one of them. So we'll see which one. Most likely, I think it's going to be the Grand National Series, I believe. I think I'm going to run that one. Anyway, So yeah, you could go over to the website, gofastracing.us, and you can see all the details about some of the stuff. They're also doing a Winter Series League, which we'll be broadcasting that. They'll be doing Dirt League. And looks like Lee Grady was able to get back around the 9 car. But yeah, make sure you go check them out. And we're actually going to be broadcasting, as I mentioned, their Winter Series League as well for Go Fast. They'll be running the, I believe it's Super Trucks and the Dirt Racing Series, I believe, Dirt Car Series. So looking forward to that. It should be fun. As Gap's closing for the lead. Last time by, we mentioned it seems like on a longer run, Todd Craig kind of struggles just a little bit. Trevarthian pretty much dominant last week at Dover International Speedway, looking to go back to back. Is not in the chase, but he is looking to knock a chase driver out of it. And a lot of people may not like it. I love the idea of it. I think it makes it show that you want it. He don't care if you're in the chase. He's not supposed to care if you're in the chase. And what really got Todd hurt is he missed the first race of this chase of 3 races we had. He missed the first race. And I think he had some bad luck, I believe, last week at Dover. Once again, guys, we'll be back to our regular broadcasting schedule this week. Thanks, everybody, for being patient with me for all the leagues that I broadcast. Go Fast, Dynasty, Red Light Racing Series, Sim Racing Short Trackers. All you guys are awesome. Thank you for being patient with me as I was doing some personal stuff, so thank you very much. Back to normal schedule this week, Monday night. We'll be back with Red Light Racing Series, and of course, we'll be back for Tuesday for Dynasty Racing League as they kick off their chase race. And then Wednesday, Sim Racing Short Trackers will be back with them. Looking forward to the rest of the season with them guys. I think we've got like 3 more races with them, I believe. 3 or 4, something like that. And of course, we'll be back here again next week. And I do believe, actually next Saturday, we don't race for the Grand National Series. But the K&N, I think, are they racing next week? No, they actually have that's the first off week that the K&N have had since May. So that's pretty cool. But we will be back next week for the Go Fast Down the Mike's Truck Series as the 60s in the wall flipping. There was net code involved and no caution. As James Finn, that may have been his X limit. I believe it was. These guys do have an incident limit, so we'll see what happened. As it was him and Todd Craig. Oh. Well, James Finn sadly not going to make the next round, and that's disappointing. He was not doing anything wrong. He may have came down a little bit on Todd, but honestly, he didn't really do much wrong. He's trying to make the next round, and unfortunately, not going to be able to do that no matter what happens now with him. Trying to see if Todd's got any damage. He does got a little bit of damage on the 21 car, so we'll see if that hurts him. Alright guys, we're going to take our final break. We'll be right back. As, you know what, let's stay with this for a moment. The battle for the lead is still going on, so we'll stay with this for a moment. And I did mention the race next week for Talladega Super Speedway. That's where we'll be next week for the Delta Max Truck Series. Really looking forward to that one. Should be a fun race. So our team trying to figure out where to really go to be able to stay in front, or try to put a pass, should I say, on the 21 Todd Cray. He does seem like he's faster, but at the moment he's having a little bit of trouble trying to figure out a way around him. Takes a little bit lower approach this time, slides up right on the bumper. Todd Cray. You see the different lines that they're taking. Todd Cray going to go to the high side. That may leave the bottom open for the 31. Here he comes for the lead. Side by side. No, the 21's going to use the momentum to get back around him. Once again, the 31 looks to the inside. The longer these two stay battling, the more it helps third place of Lee Grandy, who is very fast. They may be in contact back and forth, by the way, but right now the battle for first place. 21 is going to use the high line once again to get around the momentum. So that high line really starting to work in 3 and 4. That did allow Lee Grandy to really close up some of the gap as we got Pat Russia on pit road. Could be scheduled. Seems a little early. Also, Skylar Allen on pit road. Pat actually missed his pit box, had to back up to reverse. Even if these guys pit right now, I don't see how they can make it. They can only go about 40 laps, well, about 38 laps before they actually have to pit. Todd Cray hit the wall? Definitely looks like it. Looks like he may have scraped the wall coming off turn 4. Either way, he keeps leading now. Here comes the 31 once again looking back to the inside, but the high line should prevail on the exit, and it will for now. It's going to be difficult to try to get around at the moment, but we know Todd actually has been struggling on the long runs. Here comes the 31. He's actually going to move up a lane a little bit higher this time than the 21. We'll see if he's able to close down on the straightaway. Don't actually, it looks like it hurt him a little bit. He may have just got tight. Yeah, he actually was 3/10 slower. He may have just gotten tight entering turn 4 that time. And all this is doing is helping Lee Grady back into 29 to really catch up. The gap's now down to 1.1 for third place. Keep in mind, Todd Cray wins. It looks like it will be Eric Morelli that is knocked out of the championship. Or this round, should I say. So, right now, Eric Morelli's got his fingers crossed that Trevarthen or Lee Grady can get up there and try to knock Todd off. Todd has not had a win. He has to win to get in. No matter what happens, he has to win in order to make the next round. This time by, Trevarthen about a tenth faster that time. Looking underneath the 21 again. Not going to happen. Just yet, anyway. Jeff Lupker not giving up as well. He's really out there trying to do everything he can to try to get to the next round. And here comes the 31. Webker could be used as a pick here for one of these guys. And he's actually just going to pull off the track and let him go. Smart move there. But here comes the 31. Takes the lead here on lap 109. Move Michael Trevarthian up one extra spot. 21 may be hitting pit road. He will hit pit road now. He is in a fill mileage range, so he may be able to make it the rest of the way from here. That was close to not speeding, by the way. So we should see Trevarthian on pit road here as well. These guys are not going to want to give up too much time to a car with fresh tires, so I believe I would be hitting pit road here this time by. And Trevarthian going to stay out. So is Lee Grandy. I'm actually surprised by that. Especially with Dylan Bowes, who's faster because he's got fresh tires. That goes to show you the difference. The fresh tires, as beat up as Dylan's car is, able to drive by the guys without fresh tires. So this actually could help and work in Todd Cray's favor. Trevarthian could be coming to pit road this time. He will. Lee Grandy going to stay out at least one more lap. He should be hitting pit road next time by. 31, smoked the tires. Should be good. Looks like he got slowed down enough. Lee Grandy coming down pit road this time. So Brandon Puffenberger, Jeff Schmidt, John Morris is the ones out on track at the moment. Brandon will lead this lap, so I get some extra bonus point. We'll see how all of it plays out. Jeff Schmidt hit pit road now. Of course, Lee already on pit road. So all this should actually, from what I'm seeing, Todd Cray just gets around Michael Trevarthian. So there's your distance between first and second. That is the difference on one lap tires. It's about make it about a 1.4 second gap. So Trevarthian's going to have work to do. And there are some nervous people right now sitting in the pits watching this race. Eric Borelli being one of them. He's really got his eye on what's going to happen here for this top spot with Todd Cray. I'm trying to average. Oh, okay, there we go. So Pat Russia, who we've seen pit way earlier, we know he's got to come back down. Is up to third now. He actually got around Michael Trevarthian. He is on 9-lap older tires than Trevarthian, but Trevarthian will have to get around him. But Todd Cray's got a little bit of buffer right now, but the gap has actually closed between Trevarthian and Todd Cray. Last time by, Trevarthian was faster than our leader. Woo! That could have been bad. Watch how close this was. Coming off turn 4, look how close that Trevarthian got up near the wall. The 9 slid up just a little bit. Whoa. That could have been bad. Trevarthian done a good job of keeping the car out the wall. So now he's going to have to try to run down Todd Cray, who is 1.7 seconds ahead of second place. All right, we're going to take our final break. We'll be right back right after this. Go Fast Racing League Grand National Series for Charlotte 225. The distance when we went to break from first to second was 1.6. The distance now, 1.2. Make that 1.1. The distance is closing between first and second, Michael Travarthian and Todd Cray, but can Travarthian get there and complete the pass? We don't know. It took him a while last time to be able to complete the pass. Now, he does got 2 laps fresher tires than Todd Cray, which will help. But it's really a big gamble right now to see if he's able to make it up through there and somehow get around Todd Cray, who is not the easiest guy to pass, let's be honest. My personal opinion, one of the hardest guys to pass in the whole series. As you see the 31. And one reason why, because why he got close so quickly, as you just seen a lap car. The gap now under a second. But Todd Cray really getting raced hard by John Morris. Rightfully so. I think he should, because he was battling a steadily lap. But once that leader passes him, the lap car will actually let second place go a lot easier, because he has nothing to really race for. So John Morris goes lap down. After battling the 21, 31 catches up to him. The 43 John's going to go up high and let him go. And you see it there. Gap down to 7/10 now. And keep in mind, these guys do not have to pit anymore. I just want to make sure I alliterate that quite a bit. Skylar Allen will have to pit. I think one more time. I think Skylar Allen and Pat Rush is going to have to pit one more time at least. This has been a crazy chase race. I'm going to be honest. This whole chase, the whole first round of this chase is absolutely insane. I mean, Michael Travarthian has pretty much dominated the first. Well, he dominated last week. I ain't going to say he dominated this week because, well, you see right now, Todd Cray's the one really dominating this race. But, and no chaser has won in this chase race, in the first 3 chase races, which I find very interesting. Of course, back at Kentucky, it was Nate Anderson dominating. He led a total of 127 laps, beating Lee Grandy and Tyler Cox. Last week at Dover, it was Michael Travarthian, who only led 10 laps, but Todd Cray somehow leads 80 and finishes way back and out of the top 10, which ultimately is what hurt him going into this race. So the question is going to be, can Todd Cray hold on to win this race? The gap's really closed down. 2/10 between the two. About a car length and a half separate first and second. Michael Travarthian's on it. He may have figured something out here in this longer run. He has really closed the gap in between him and Todd Cray. And what Todd Cray's looking at in his mirror is the guy standing between him and getting into the next round of the chase. So if Michael Travarthian somehow does manage to get around the 21, well, that's his chase hopes going out the window. Now, we already know that Todd Cray does have the championship locked up for the K&N Series, but will he have a chance to run for it in the Grand National Series? We're going to find out here at 21 laps if he's able to do that. And I think if Travarthian gets around, if we don't have a caution, I think it's pretty much over for Todd Cray. Here comes Travarthian looking to the inside, going down into turn number 3. We've seen this last time. It was so hard for the 31 to pass. Once again, it looks like Todd Cray going to hold on to that outside line and make it tough to pass on the 31. But Travarthian stayed with him pretty good this time going down into turn 1. We'll see who gets to run out. Todd Cray able to hold on for now. These guys, as they exit turn number 4, will have a lap car here in just a few moments, as Jeff Smith is just now going into turn 1. So really, Jeff really don't need Todd Cray to win as well. So there could be something with that, as these two are side by side now. This time Travarthian goes a little bit higher, tries to run Jeff the track a little bit. Not going to be able to work, as Travarthian still leads going into turn 3. this time, as Todd Craig may have just hit the wall because he lost a lot of time. He did. And that ultimately, that pass right there is what may be giving Todd Craig up. And Todd Craig may just have given up his chance to move it to the next round and try to win this championship. A little bit further back, here's Dylan DAYZ, who's already in the chase. Eric Mesh definitely in the chase. Skylar Allen should be pretty much solidly locked into the next round. Pat Russia, not in the chase, but having a good run in ninth. John Morris, another guy that's having a great run. Jeff Schmidt, still a question mark. If Todd Craig wins, actually, I think right now, I think Jeff's pretty much good. I think him and Brandon Puckenberger both is. I think Todd Craig's going to be the one on the outside looking in. The real question is going to be how bad will it hurt Eric Borelli, and will that be enough to get him in to the next round? I'm pretty sure he's good. As I look at the standings, there's a pretty big gap between 6th and 11th. Just trying to find that out a little bit more. $35 points separate. Look. Oh yeah, that's quite a bit. Yeah, he definitely needs a win. But Eric Borelli's going to fall from 6th back to 8th, it looks like. Points. We'll make sure we update this tonight and go ahead and try to inform everybody who made it in and who don't. As Michael Javarthy is driving away. Got 15 laps remaining, coming to 14 to go. Averaging it up. I don't think he's going to have to pit anymore. Pretty sure it's going to be close, actually. It should not have to pit anymore. Todd Craig actually might have to pit one more time. Three cautions tonight for 11 laps. So far, 137 laps are complete. 15 lead changes. Javarthy leads the way, about to put down Skylar Allen, about to put him one lap down. Skylar already, well, he's actually got to pit again, as he will go one lap down to the leader, Javarthian. I'm sorry, make that 2 laps down to our leader. For second, Lee Grandy looks underneath Todd Craig. That is another big spot. There is honestly a chance that Lee Grandy could walk out of here tonight as your points leader. And I'm gonna be honest, if you would have asked me that a while back, nobody would have believed you. There's a really good chance he could. Because Austin Marion's not here, who is your points leader. So yeah, I think right now, I think Lee Grady will walk out of here as your points leader no matter what happens, as long as he keeps running where he's at. Sorry guys, I'm sitting here looking at the track map, trying to figure out. Okay, I see how it is now. So we do got a lap car coming up here in front of Michael Javarthian. As Todd Craig tries to work around Skylar Allen. But Eric Minch coming up here in just a moment. You see the 00 there, right in front of our leader. And then I believe this will be the only lap car. Not yet, just not too far ahead up in front of Eric. But it looks like Eric's definitely going to let him go. Eric is 64 laps down, so shouldn't be a problem. He's going to let him go for sure. Eric's going to have to pit here soon, though, for tires and stuff, I believe. I think we're good on gas. I think everybody should be good to go. Dylan Vose is on pit road. Take gas only for him. He's down and away. And honestly, you know, if something happens, these guys couldn't go enough, which I'm pretty sure they can, because Skylar Allen right now has gone 39 laps on this set of tires. So I'm pretty sure they're good. But I'm going to be honest, if not, if I'm Todd Cray, I'm only taking gas only. Oh, Skylar Allen. Getting a little loose there. Five laps to go. Well, I'm sorry, 6 laps to go. Coming to 5 to go for Trevarkian. Next flag, we'll end it once we hit the line. If we hit the line and the caution don't come out, it will end it. There you see it. There's the, so if the caution was to come out now, the race should be official. As this has been a wild race for a elimination race. We wouldn't have come to expect any less from these guys. They have put on good races every week. And of course, this season started a while back. This thing started back on February 25th. And it was a big one. These guys follow the regular NASCAR schedule, so if anybody's looking for a league, go check out gofastracing.us. Of course, this one's about to wind down, but the Winter Series picks up here soon. They'll be running the Super Truck Series and the Dirt Racing Series. As Pat Rush is on pit road, he's actually spending some time there. Not sure what's going on with the number 9 car, but it looks like that's probably where he's going to finish. In 8th place. Lee Grandy last week come in here, finished 3rd. The week before that at Kentucky comes in here and finishes 2nd. Will he be able to cap off another top 3 finish? Looks that way. He actually last time I was a little bit slower than Trevarkian. Dylan Vose is running a breast cancer awareness paint scheme, guys, but for some reason it just didn't pop up. I worked with it, and never did pop up. So the white flag is out for Michael Trevarkian. And there's nothing that nobody can do about it. Trevarkian is going to exit turn 2. He's going to see turn 3 and 4 for the final time this season. This will be the last time on Charlotte for the rest of the year. He's going to exit turn number 4. And Trevarkian wins at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Back-to-back wins for the driver of the 31. Second place, Lee Grandy. Todd Cray is in 3rd. And it looks like Todd Cray will be the one out of the chase, even with the top 3 finish. But your winner tonight, a non-chaser. We had all chasers sweep the first 3 rounds of the chase. We're going to interview our winners. It'll be a little disheartening interview talk, Ray, I'm not going to lie. Let's pull in Michael Trevarthian, who finishes top spot. Hey, Michael, you got me? Michael Trevarthian, you got me? Hey.
What's up with you, Adam?
There he is. Hey, man, another good run. First place again, once again this week. Back-to-back wins on the series. Winner last week as well. Talk us through that, man. That was a tough race. That was a unique race.
Yeah, that was definitely a tough one there, Adam. Todd was definitely better getting, off the track onto pit road at speed. I was losing, at least 2 seconds per green flag run there. So I was burning my equipment up trying to run him down. Of course, Lee was really fast. He was hunting me down on that last long run. But yeah, it was a great race, man.
Let me ask you, on the long, we've seen you really fast. We've seen you really fast on the long runs, and it really came down to a long run race, of course. But you was able to get around Todd. We've seen him work multiple grooves. Was you thinking about changing up your line? You look pretty committed to the bottom. We've seen you move up a little bit, but how much, over time did your line change over the course of the race?
Well, the bottom, was comfortable for my car. I could run the top as the rubber wore in later in the race, but I definitely felt more stable, more comfortable. The car wanted to pitch out on me, exiting, 3 and out of 2 right there. It would want to pitch out on me to where it would get loose. So if I stuck to the bottom to that white line down there, it seemed to be a little more stable.
This is a big win. You come in here once again. You first place last week, first place this week. I mean, these guys better be lucky you're not in the chase because they may have some competition. So a good run, man. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, definitely want to give a shout out to our race sponsor, DAYZ, and obviously our league, Go Fast. Everybody in the broadcast booth there at TRN. Adam, you guys do a phenomenal job all season. Look forward to next year.
Good job, buddy. And that was a big win. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, sir.
Next up, let's bring in Lee Grady. We actually didn't get to interview him last week because my internet decided to take a poo. Hey, Lee, you got me?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, 3 races. First round is over. 3 top 3s. Let's just be real. 2 top 2 finishes. Just spoke to Michael. He said that you had the fastest lone green flag run car. Did you see that as well? Do you think you had a chance to catch him?
Yeah, definitely, man. But today is just not my day, man. The pit stop was terrible, and then the car just doesn't want to go without clean air, man.
Yeah, just to let you know a little bit about the pit stop. You actually had a 2-second stop slower, which, you lost by right around 3 seconds. So the pit stop's definitely hurt. But does this help you moving into the next round? It looks like there's a chance you're actually going to become points leader. We'll find out here in just a moment. But you're kind of an underdog coming in, man. But now people are really starting to wake up and see it. You're one of the favorites going in. How does that make you feel going into the next round?
Wow, that's I'm very honored, to be recognized by people. It's pretty cool. But still, if I can't win races, it's just very frustrating,
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you right now. You may not have won, but you're getting really close to winning, and it's a matter of time. And I'm just saying, you're gonna win. I mean, it's a matter of time. I thought you had this race won tonight, personally. Because I've seen how you qualified and stuff, but of course you got to finish as well. I did get word that you are the official points leader. So no matter what, I mean, no chaser won this round, and you're the points leader. So that's got to make you feel good, man. Any shout outs you want to give?
Thanks everybody for racing me clean, man. I mean, the lap cars are very, very, very respectful to leaders, lead race cars trying to catch the leaders. I mean, Yeah. Thanks, everyone.
Good job, buddy. Now go out there next week and see if you, well, 2 weeks now because we got race next week, but go out there and see if you can get a win here in round number 2. And, man, I'm pulling for you, buddy. I really am. I'm hoping you're able to pull this off, so good job.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Thanks, bud. Next up, and this is the kind of interviews I don't really like to do. Unfortunately, I got to. Todd Cray, you got me?
Yes, sir. Got you. Got you.
Well, as I just mentioned right before I brought you in, this is the kind of interviews I don't like to do in a way because it looks like you're going to come up just short on making the next round. But it looks like you had one of the fastest cars, man. I mean, that's 2 weeks in a row that it looks like he was going to be the winner. Let's just be real. You went a ton of laps. 79 laps this week, 80 laps last week. Come up just short. It looks like you got into wall a little bit coming off turn 4. Anything else you could have done, to try to, get up there and try to get the win?
I think tonight was kind of like a chess match. Lee and Michael definitely seemed to have the faster car. I tried to save a little bit, and then they took off. So then I just said, you know what, let's just run as hard as we can, make good pit stops, and then I got a lap car there. I think it was about mid-race. Didn't see me coming, and we door slammed. So from that point on, it wasn't really turning as good. And then eventually I would end up getting into the wall there, but we just ran hard.
We already know that you're the K&N Series champion. Everybody already knows you've been at for a while now. Dominated over there, I think 9 or 10 wins. You come over here and you do exceptionally well, of course, again. But let me ask you a question. Michael Travarthian not in the championship or not in the chase. Does that become frustrating a little bit, knowing that, he's not in the chase and all you have to do is beat him to get into the next round? Or is it, you understand what he's racing for as well?
Yeah, I totally understand what he's racing for, but I do agree with you. If he wasn't there, but it was great. I mean, we talked a little after the race. He's coming on board next year to run for a championship, so I look forward to a lot more battles with him and with everybody here. Lazy Days and Go Fast Racing. I mean, it's just fun, and I wish I put more time in. Saturday nights are hard for me, so but it does sting a little bit. That win would have been really nice.
Yeah, man, you're always one of the favorites, it seems like, any race you're in. So, of course, like I said, the K&N Series champion. Of course, we ain't officially crowned it yet, but, everybody already knows. So, all in all, man, I know it's heartbreaking in a way not to get in, but still, you got to be happy with 3rd place. I mean, of course, you want to win, but still a good run tonight. And go out there and see if you can win next week.
All right, thank you there, Trackside Racing Network. Trackside Racing Network. Yeah, sure. You guys putting the show on. And Lazy Days, Go Fast Racing. Tonight we ran our Swisher Sweet car, so a little shout out to them. Everybody from Vegas and praying for, recovery from that there. And, just having a great race, man. Just came up a little short tonight, but we'll be back.
For sure, man. That's racing. Good run tonight. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, Adam. Have a good night, buddy.
All right. Skylar Allen.
What's up, buddy?
Round 1 over, buddy. You made it, and I'm gonna be honest. We always get you in here for people that don't know. We always bring Skylar. He is the one of the main admins of Go Fast Racing League, the owner and stuff. So round 1 over. Eric Borelli barely makes it in by the skin of his teeth. He's lucky Todd Cray didn't win. Because he would have been, let's just be honest.
Yeah, he would have been.
Make it in. A good running out by you, 7th place. Not bad at all. I mean, get you in pretty solidly into the next round. Thoughts on the next round?
The next round's going to be interesting. Not a great ration of tracks for me personally. I don't know. We'll just have to kind of play it by ear. If I can run that round like I did this round, which is just keep the car clean, be solid all the time, I can be around I can be there. That's but with the exception of Austin, Marion, all the next, because we didn't have a chase racer win a chase race this round.
Weird, yeah.
So we're all going to enter, with the exception of Austin Marion, we're all going to enter with 3,003 points going into the next round. And then Austin will enter with 3,002 points, so 1 point behind. So you might as well say everybody's pretty well tied going into the next round. There's no, like if you look at the standings, and I don't know why it does it, but like it puts me, Eric, Lee, Minch, Brandon, Jeff, Dylan, and Austin. That's the order it goes. But I mean, for all intents and purposes, prior to activating the chase and the scoring, Lee Grandy was your points leader and is your points leader in my honest opinion here. So these last couple of races he's run in the Grand National Series, man. I mean,
where he came from.
2-3 weeks ago, he missed qualifying, went down a lap, raced his way back to second, and then tonight, to be up there racing for the lead all night long, absolutely impressive. Heck of a job by Lee. Absolutely an amazing talent to have on the track. He's a pleasure to talk to on and off the track. Keeps a pretty level head about him, so it's definitely pretty cool that he's kind of come into his own there. So
let me ask you, Kansas, Texas, Phoenix, which one are you looking forward to the most? Which one are you not looking forward to?
Kansas is the home track for me, so definitely looking forward to Kansas, just because it is the home track. Texas is a good track, another 1.5 miles. Phoenix is,
It's there.
I think Phoenix is going to be a lot like it was tonight. Stay out of trouble and hope for the best. So,
Phoenix is Veterans Day, I believe.
Yep. So, coming into the race, the three that were at the bottom coming into the race were the ones eliminated, unfortunately. You know, which is, given the calamity that was seen on the track, that was a really big accident there early on. It took out a lot of really good cars.
I'm surprised it was big for here.
And I was I was genuinely concerned because if Todd Cray won, advanced in the round, then that would push Eric Barilli out.
Yeah, that's what
and, you know, I was keeping him, because I ran into some trouble early on. I caught in the wall. Pitted to fix my damage. The caution came out 2 laps later. That was kind of frustrating. If I'd have waited, I could have been on the lead lap, but I battled back okay. Kept the car clean the rest of the race. So, you know, I was keeping an eye on what was going on in the points just because I needed to know kind of, I mean, because it could have been, if Todd won and that big wreck didn't happen, I mean, it could have been catastrophic for me. So, overall, I got to say, man, I am impressed with this first year for us. It's been a lot of good racing. I know there was, you know, a few more cautions than I guess there wasn't too bad. I think there was 3 cautions, you know, which isn't bad in 150 laps, 3 cautions for 12 laps. But the impressive stat, 7 leaders, 15 lead changes. That's, you know, 3 of those leaders led, like 95% of the race. So
Todd Cray, I think, led 79 laps.
79 laps. Lee Grandy led 26, and Michael led 36. So.
I mean, I liked the race. I thought it was a good race.
Yeah, and I mean, like last night, K&N race went caution free for 100 laps. That was pretty cool. You know, the racing's gotten better as the years progressed. You know, we had early in the year, we were having a lot of disqualifications and stuff for incidents and whatnot. Tonight there was one. Unfortunately, the one was one of our ones that was eliminated tonight. So, you know, but the penalty points are down as well. You know, we were having drivers getting 2 a race early in the year. And with the exception of James, everybody had 1. You know, the ones that got him only had 1. So it's pretty awesome. So excited to finish out this year. Excited for next year. It's going to be a lot of fun. Little birdie might have told me you might try and make a run at a Grand National Championship next year.
Yes, sir, dude. You already
So that'll be interesting.
Ain't gonna make it, it's gonna get the chip. Nah, I don't even know.
There you go. So, you know, we'd be happy to have you out on track. We're not 100% sure yet, but we know the races are going to be broadcast. We're just not sure if we're going to do them through GFR TV or if we're going to do them somewhere another way. We haven't really worked all that out yet, but definitely be nice to have you out on the track. And man, thanks for all the work you've done this year. I can't thank you enough. You know, to be honest with you, when we first started talking back in December, January, I was a little sketchy. Nobody had heard of you. Nobody knew of you. And you know, I mean, for obvious reason, you know, I mean, it was kind of a, you know, I didn't know what we were going to be getting into. And since our first race in February, the broadcasts have gotten tremendously better each week. And you know, you put on, you make it a heck of a show. I absolutely enjoy going back and watching the races post-race. You know, I kind of learned a few things where I can watch the leaders and go, man, if I'd have ran here, if I'd have done that, or, you know, this pit strategy bit me, or this did that, you know, it's kind of nice to be able to see some of that. And you do a heck of a job, man. I can't thank you enough. Lazy Days Racing, our series sponsor for this and the K&N series this year, they've been a tremendous help with putting a lot of this on. Without Eric Burley and Lazy Days Racing, we wouldn't have been able to broadcast a couple of these series this year. So that's pretty awesome that they came on board to do that. And man, what a race.
I agree. All right, man. We'll talk to you next Thursday. We go for the Dynamite Truck Series Talladega.
Yes, sir. You have a good night.
And to elaborate a little bit on what Skyler said, big shout out to them, because actually when we first started broadcasting, we only had 2 series. I think we broadcasted on Tuesday and Sunday, and really, if it wasn't for them, I mean, we did another one at a time here and there, but really, if it wasn't for Go Fast, we would not have had what we got now, to be completely honest. Now we broadcast Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So, I mean, you know, big shout out to them for, you know, bringing us on board. I've gotten a lot of close to a lot of these guys in here, and I think of them as more friends now that I even do broadcasts with them. So it's awesome to get to know some of them. So there's your look at your results. You do got to feel bad for Jeff Lepker, James Finn, Todd Craig, and Cody Blackmore. I mean, the guys that got eliminated, you really got to feel for. To be honest, I was really surprised when all 4 of them guys got eliminated. I mean, Cody Blackmore I kind of knew because where he didn't show up, but James Finn, Jeff Lepker, Todd Cray, nobody can really expect Todd Cray to get eliminated. So it is what it is. We got to move on. That's going to do it for us here tonight, guys. We'll be back on Monday night for the Red Light Racing Series Chase Race. Thanks everybody again for watching. Have a great night and God bless.
Flag is in the air here at New Hampshire. Once this race continues, things can change in an instant at DAYZ. Thomas Jowers Jr. did get his lap back. There he goes, celebrating tonight at DAYZ.